We're expecting an all-out offensive display. And that straight got him. He threw a punch and just got countered. They both want a highlight reel knockout. They exchange punches. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
Can you imagine walking into this town, walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name? You can't even hear your corner man whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
The straight right just misses. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Lucky that hook didn't score. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Oh my, the big fella just got rocked. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. You were thinking. You've been toasted for this entire fight, and now you've lain back here. Don't forget the jab, and don't get carried away. Think about the defense on the end there. Take his confidence.
On to the second round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
Todd, this is what it's all about. Hit and don't get hit. Jab, move, pop, slip. Use your footwork. Drive your opponent crazy.
Beautiful counter punch. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Just missed with that jab. He missed with that jab. Well, we know what the game plan is going to be for this fighter. He's got to stick and move and avoid the big shots from the bigger man.
There's an old saying, a good big one will always beat a good little one.
you believe this? Do you believe what we are seeing? We wanted action, and they are giving us action. As it is in most heavyweight fights, don't blink because one big shot and this thing could be over. The jab not finding its target. Can't land the jab there. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Can't find a home with that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Run around on your jab and breathe when you step. Good work, that's it. Now breathe, just get your breath back. In camp, you gotta get out there and switch on. Get your boxing back again. You can't miss it. Great work. Stay focused. Don't let him back. Job. That was a terrible round, that was. Come on. You let him back into the fight. You're much better than that guy. You're much better. He's not even in your league. Come on, switch on. Get your boxing back. Okay, so we can't figure you out. Great work. Good man, good. I need to go back out there and switch back on. Get focused, get your mind back. Absolute there. Relax now. I don't want you to load up. Don't be looking. I need to go back out there and I need to win this round. Get your mind back. Get your to go. He's absolutely shattered.
And that'll do it for the minute break as we get set to get back in the action.
Win this round, all right? Out there and finish him. Stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. Don't. Do it.
We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you can hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be honest and you've got to be confident.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. That hook just can't find the target. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Nice defense on that hook. You'd like to see more jab, and down goes the big bang.
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me it.
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Punch, counter punch. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
They won't won't give us a second to catch our breath. Defense is not an option for these two. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Beaten, bruised, and battered, but somehow he's still in it.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
Come on, you let him back in. You're better than that. Big round, now relax. Just keep him on the end of that jab. Jab back, get your rhythm back, and now we'll go again. Start sticking in a few body shots in there. Bury it up a little bit so we can't figure you out. Forget about the round. It was a bad round, but we don't care. Let's go out there and win the next one, yeah? Good. Get your mind back on the job. It was a god-awful round, huh?
And there's the bell to start round 4. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs are feeling like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. One punch could end this fight for either of these 2 heavyweights.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics sometimes it's all right to actually outbox the fight and beat them on points.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Beautiful counter punch. These punches coming from every angle. Zhang is in trouble. A much better game plan here.
Now they've got to wake up, they've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. And the big bang just got banged. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it, kitchen sink.
That round, good round, you feel good? Good workout. Back with a jab. Boxing, just be smart. Can't miss it. Great work. Stay focused.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
think of holding on here for a minute? As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
His stamina is off the charts. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
They've got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Missing with the left hook. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that lap. Let's start the sixth. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
Two knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. The only fear you have with this heavyweight is, has he punched himself out? Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Missing with that jab. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Can't land the jab there. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
That counter punch caught him clean. Only catching air with that hook. Both men step back for just a moment. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Now you start wondering. Round 7, here we go. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
The straight right just misses. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
The straight right just misses. The straight right just misses. Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You couldn't ride a strip like this. But wait a minute. Oh, Larry Holmes just got dazed. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who. There's the bell to start round 8. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think it's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
The straight right just misses. A lot of effort being exerted here. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system. Throw a certain amount of punches and turn around. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again, and the fight will be over.
A perfect counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
You'd like to see more jabs. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out. And there's the bell for round 9. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
His stamina is off the charts. He just misses with that jab. This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face.
Are you okay?
So the referee says fight on. Some bruising, heavy shots. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
It could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. The straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. We'll see how much... This is the 10th. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think it's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Trying to land that jab. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
If you're in with a powerful puncher, you know you've got to use brain, use smarts over it, because that powerful puncher knows he can depend on that power alone and neglect the technical side. You've got to be smart, frustrate them, use their own power against themselves.
The straight right just misses. Counter shot lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking, because you've got to get some before you get him close.
Incredible work rate. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. How much cardio was... And there's the bell for round 11. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Down goes Larry Holmes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me. Are you okay?
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Got to look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
You'd like to see more jabs. Need to turn this around halfway through.
Is that forever hope? Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walked right through it?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
How about that time counter shot? Both men step back for just a moment. The straight right just misses. Nice exchange here from both men. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. And Larry Holmes goes down. Let's talk about Holmes in that one. On to the 12th. Good counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. And down goes Zhang. The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels. Look at it. There's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. Then he's out of there.
And this is incredible action from both of these heavyweights. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. And that's it. A unanimous...